Hey there, today's class is about grounding, and I gave you quite a few tools that you can take off the mat in case you're feeling a little stressed out or anxious, or you know that root chakra's off. So come join me. We're going to learn a mudra. We're going to learn a couple other techniques, and we are going to stay focused on grounding throughout our practice. Welcome to Inspired Vinyasa. My name is Sandra, and today's theme is all about grounding. So, as you take a comfortable seat and close your eyes, I want you to really focus on feeling the parts of the body that are in contact with the earth. And then also bring in a deeper breath. So, grounding is important for a lot of reasons. I don't know, multiple things have kind of come into play this week where I thought this would be a really good topic to share. And it's a good technique to use when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling stressed out, when anything's affecting the root chakra. So fear and worry and uncertainty. It's a great technique to use when you're feeling kind of, I was going to say out of body, but just kind of out of it and maybe not balanced. So we'll play around with that in our sequence, as well as I'll give you a mudra and a guided meditation too. All right, give me a deep inhale. Cleansing exhale. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And exhale them home to your heart. Pausing to set an intention for your practice. And then when you're ready, just simply release the hands. So I want you to try this very simple. Take one hand and just place the fingertips right on top of the head where the crown chakra is. Close your eyes. And then take your focus down into the root chakra. So the base of the spine touching the earth. And let's imagine that we can just follow the inhale from the root chakra all the way up to our fingers on top of the head and then back down. Now add on, in addition to following the breath up and down through the chakras, imagine that you are pulling the earth's energy up through the chakras as well. And then just pause right there. What's the deal with the hand on the crown chakra, right? It's kind of like we're bookending that that energy. We're not letting it expand outward and beyond. We're trying to keep it more consolidated, which makes sense since we're working on grounding and rooting, right? And staying close to the earth. Okay, go ahead and release that right hand. Let's inhale them both up. And exhale to the heart. Okay, so from here, you can go ahead and release your hands, plant the feet on the mat in front of you, knees are bent. And just go ahead and hug the knees for a moment. You can either sit up, or if you feel like slouching and rounding out, it's all good. Where I want you to take your focus is to the feet connecting with the earth. And so in a grounding practice, it doesn't mean we have to stay low to the ground. We are standing up, but it means to be focused on the parts of the body that are touching the ground. So a lot of standing poses, a lot of focusing on the soles of the feet, and just kind of seeing where that takes us. But the one thing I did want you to kind of notice, and it's obvious, it's going to make sense. I want you just to tip backwards a little, get your feet off the mat. Just hang out here for a second. I want you to notice that you can't actually feel the soles of the feet when they're not touching something. I mean, we can take our focus there, we can imagine that we feel the air there, and I suppose, yeah, in some ways we can, but when we have our feet up on a chair or on an ottoman, we aren't focusing on sensations in the bottom of the feet generally. So now slowly go ahead and take the feet back to the mat, and all of a sudden there's this contact and there's this flood of sensation. That's where we're focusing. So hands behind you, go ahead and push your way up and over into forward fold. I would move around a bit. We haven't even stretched out at all, so the backs of the legs might be tight. And then let's just find a vinyasa here between Uttanasana and Ardha Uttanasana, forward fold and monkey. So each inhale, let's lengthen out the spine. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. You got it. Keep going. One more. We'll just hang out here for a second. If you happen to have any blocks nearby, I'd go ahead and grab them. If you don't have any props, maybe you have a pillow nearby or a blanket, something else you could use instead. Go ahead, lengthen the spine. Come back down and roll your way out. Perfect. So mountain pose, Tadasana, a super fabulous grounding pose, right? Let's not have the feet necessarily touching, but maybe just the tips of the big toes touching. And then arms down alongside you. Close your eyes. Take your focus to the bottom of the feet. Feel the earth energy. And then as we invite that energy up through the body, I want you to feel like you're lengthening and relaxing. All the way to the top of the head. Perfect. Let's go ahead and shift the weight into the left foot. When you're ready, bring that right knee up into crane. So remember, our focus in these poses today, the part of the body making contact with the earth, the part of the body that's grounding and rooting down. So your focus should be where? Yes, on the left foot. Nice. Push that left foot down, lengthen up even taller. All right, we're going to set that right foot down. Walk that out. Shift your weight into the right foot. When you're ready, bring up that left knee, same thing, except now our focus is in the right foot. Push the earth away, grow a little taller. And set that left foot down. Nice. Inhale, take both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, step on back to plank. Okay, let's hang on to plank for a second. Your focus on the hands and the parts of the feet touching the earth. Close your eyes for a moment. All right, big inhale. Exhale, slow chaturanga. Rise into cobra. And push yourself gently back into Balasana. And here's where you might want to grab a prop or a pillow or something that you can rest your forehead on if your forehead does not come low enough to touch the ground. Can you feel your hands on your mat? Can you feel your forearms and your elbows on the mat? Can you feel your forehead, your third eye? Do you feel the knees, the shins, the tops of the ankles, the tops of the feet? And then let's slowly pull ourselves up into table. Each transition, very conscious. Tuck the toes, stay right here. All I'm gonna do is turn to look over my left shoulder. See how far back I can look? Come back to center. Turn to look over that right shoulder. Come back to center. Downward facing dog. Now, if you do have a block nearby, let's have it within reach. If you have nothing, don't worry about it. I was just thinking that since we're talking about grounding in the parts of the body touching the earth, if we have opportunities to add parts of the body touching, that we could take advantage of that. And so as such, you can put a block at its tallest height right underneath the third eye. And now I can imagine that instead of 4 focal points, I have 5. Deepen the breath. And then if you did use a prop, go ahead, set it aside. We're coming forward into plank, chaturanga, into cobra, downward facing dog. Perfect. We're going to take that right foot, step it forward, warrior bee. Very grounding pose. Focuses on both feet. The feet are super strong in this pose. So it's not just about pushing down into the earth. It's about pulling the feet in towards each other and imagining that we have invited that earth energy upwards. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale to the heart. I'm just going to slightly turn my heart to the right, maybe at about 45 degrees. Watch that back knee. I don't want it to tweak. If that doesn't feel comfortable to you, come back to where we were, squaring off. But here, we could just lengthen and general tip of the head back. It's almost as if we're doing a reverse warrior, but we're not using the hands, and we've kind of rotated a little. Sink it deeper. Come back to center. Release those arms. Take them behind you, yoga mudra. And gently spill forward into humble or fallen warrior. Super grounded and connected to the earth. Now, I'm going to kind of stay tipped over for a moment, but I want to release my arms. The right hand is coming down outside of my right foot. And just for the sake of having somewhere to put the left arm, let's just put the left hand on the hip for a moment. My back foot, I want to focus on that inner edge. The front leg, let's just do this and not think about it. Take that leg, whoa, send it back. Vasisthasana, I thought about it. Doggone it. Breathe, lift the hips up high. Ah, perfect. Okay, plank, chaturanga, into bhujangasana cobra. Take it to dog. And that left foot's going to step forward. Find warrior bee when you're ready. And focus on the feet. Draw the feet in towards each other. Strong pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to the heart. I'm going to slightly rotate the heart about 45 degrees. Think this a little deeper. And then a lengthening of the spine and just a gentle tipping back. And then lengthening, especially through the back of the neck. Take the arms behind you. Yoga mudra into your humble, or fallen warrior. Okay, release the arms. This time I won't think about it. Set the left hand down outside that left foot, right hand on the right hip. When you're ready, send the left leg back for side plank. And if you want to, you can stretch that right arm up. Big inhale. Exhale, plank. Take another vinyasa right here. And when you get to dog, just hang out. Deepen the breath. Let's take that right foot, step it forward, warrior B. Extended side angle, right forearm on that front thigh. Open up that top shoulder. Again, focusing. I know your gaze is probably upwards or it's out in front of you, but focus on the feet. And then let's come back up. Warrior B, straighten out that front leg, pigeon toe the feet, and gently sweep down into your wide angled forward. And again, you might want to grab a prop here and rest the third eye. You might be able to get the top of your head to the earth. And if you don't have any props and the head's not going to go that low, don't worry about it. With your eyes closed, just feeling the parts of your body that are touching the floor, coming into that close contact, inviting that earth energy in, feeling connected. Really, the word is we're feeling rooted. We want to feel like we are being held in place. We are almost immovable, right? Give me a couple more breaths right there. All right, let's go ahead and make our way back up. I want you to take that right foot, turn it back forward so you can sink back into Virabhadrasana B. We're going to take the hands behind us, Yoga Mudra. Fingers are interlaced, draw the elbows in, the shoulder blades, drop the chin. I'm going to slowly straighten out that front leg. And then just push that left hip away from me. So it's kind of like we're moving towards triangle, but our arms are not free. Now, don't lock that front knee. Breathe. If you can't stand this, let go with the arms. Bring that right hand down for some support. Nice job. Make your way back up. Bend into that front knee. Release the arms. Inhale them up. Cartwheel them down around the front foot. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. So grounding and techniques you can do to ground would be extremely important for the root chakra, especially when the root chakra is out of balance. So let's talk for a moment about why would the root chakra be out of balance as you step that left foot forward and come back to warrior B, Virabhadrasana. Extended side angle. Remember, take your focus to the feet. So the root chakra, base of the spine, its color is red or black. Its element is, you guessed it, the earth. And so anything we can do to reconnect with earth or nature is going to bring balance to the root chakra. All right, go ahead and pull your way back up. Release the arms behind you, Yoga Mudra. Slowly straighten out that front leg. Don't lock the knee. Jut that right hip out to the side. And kind of Gently make your way over. As you slowly come back up, you might want to bend into that front knee. Inhale the arms. Cartwheel them down around the front foot. Step back to plank and take your vinyasa. So when the root chakra is out of balance, it is reacting to a place of feeling uncertain or unsafe. There's an element of fear. There's a little bit of worry. We don't understand or know where our path is about to take us. Go ahead, step that right foot forward and then take it right into pigeon. So make sure the back knee is down towards the floor, and then you can hang out right here and chat with me if you want to, or come on forward into a fold while I chat with you. As you come forward, you have, again, something nearby you could put underneath the forehead if the ground is not rising to meet you. I don't know why it wouldn't do that, but who knows? Okay, so things that could set off the root chakra. Switching to a new job. It causes uncertainty, right? Finances, relationship issues, although relationships generally are more of a sacral chakra, but remember, anything that throws off your sense of security. So definitely could be that. It could be moving or not certain where you're going to live. Anything that makes you not feel completely secure and safe. And since the element of the root chakra is the earth, it just makes it such a great tool to use to figure out how we reground. Now, pigeon, where I left you, is a great grounding pose. You're very close to the earth. You can feel lots of parts of the body touching the ground, right? And so you might want to visualize inviting that earth energy to come up and you being receptive to receiving it. And then go ahead and bring the hands forward for support. We'll lift the upper body. I'm going to tuck the back toes and lift that leg. Let's go ahead and take it back to downward facing dog for a moment. Walk it out. I'm going to encourage you to close your eyes when we get to poses that we can hold, so you can really focus on pulling that energy up through the hands and the feet here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring that left knee forward, setting it down for pigeon, getting into a position you're comfortable with, and settling in. So one of the things I want you to think about while you're on this side is take your focus to the right foot. And what is easier to focus on? What do you notice more sensation, the top of the foot or the sole of the foot? And this, frankly, is just going to go back to our little experiment with having the feet kind of in midair, right? There's more sensation at the top of the foot because now it's touching the ground. And so hopefully that starts to give you an understanding of where we take our focus in these poses. Buddha said the foot feels the foot when it feels the ground. The foot feels the foot when it feels the ground. Now, part of that quote is about intention and being present. We can be standing on the ground and not feel grounded. That's because our intention isn't there. We're thinking of something else. And so it's about being focused on making that connection. Does that make sense? So if you feel like you need to do a grounding meditation, I would highly suggest you sit in a chair, barefoot, feet are flat on the ground. That's important. If you can't, you don't have a chair nearby for some reason, you can do how we started out with the feet on the earth right in front of you, right? All right, I know I left you in pigeon. Go ahead, bring the hands forward, lift the upper body, or tuck the back toes, lift that leg. Downward facing dog, walk it out. All right, we're gonna round forward into plank. Take that right knee, bring it in towards the chest. Send the leg back. Right knee to the chest. Send it back. Right knee to the right elbow. Send it back. Right knee to the left elbow. Send it back. Take this to dog. Give me a deep inhale. Cleansing exhale. Back into plank. Left knee to the heart. Send it back. Left knee to the heart. Take it back. Left knee to the left elbow. And back. Left knee to the right elbow. And back. Chaturanga. Into cobra. Come on down. Stay right here. Forehead to the earth. Hands reach back. And perhaps we can grab onto both feet here and draw the heels in toward the glutes. Feel the quadriceps rooting down towards the earth. Stay with the breath, even though your focus is where? Yes, in the front part of the body, touching the ground, right? All right, we're going to slowly let go. Place the hands on the mat, push back into table. So in grounding, remember I said really the focus is on whatever part of the body is touching the earth. So it doesn't mean we have to be standing. So I thought we'd venture into rabbit because frankly, I'm not taking anyone into headstand that I cannot see in the room with me. So if that's part of your practice, you can go for it after our class, but for me, I choose not to do that. I want to keep you safe. So rabbit instead. So bring the top of the head down to the ground. Hips are right above the knees. And let's take the hands behind us into Yoga Mudra. Close your eyes when you're ready and just focus on the crown chakra. And I don't know about you, I still feel like I have my energy kind of bookended. The crown chakra is pressed against the earth, and the tops of my feet are as well, symbolizing the end of the root chakra. Let's go ahead and slowly release the arms as we bring the hips back down. Just hang out here for a moment in embryo. And then plant the hands. Push your way up onto your shins. Big inhale as the arms sweep up, come up onto the knees. Exhale the hands to the heart. Close your eyes. Rooting down through the knees, the shins, the ankles, the tops of the feet. And then just kind of tip your weight into that left knee so you get the right foot forward. Going to pick up the toes on the right foot, spread them wide, and re-grip the earth. Nice. Release the arms behind you, Yoga Mudra. As you lean forward with the heart, tuck the back toes And let's go ahead and lift that back leg. Deepen the breath. My hands are going to release. I'm going to sweep them forward. We're going to kick off here. Standing splits. Now, remember, standing splits, we don't want the hands forward of the front foot. We want them on either side, which I know is really hard. If you want to start out forward and see about moving them back, that's okay. I'm good with that. Let's just slowly kick off. And as you straighten that right leg, start to open up and bring that left leg up. Forehead towards the right knee. And forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale it down. Find that vinyasa we started with. And next time you come down into that fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to table. We're going to find cat-cow right here. One more. And then keeping the back rounded in cat, just start to push the hips back. And we will return to embryo. So once you have your balance, you can bring your arms back out behind you. And then hands forward, push your way up to sit on your heels. As the arms sweep up, rise onto the knees. Hands to the heart, close your eyes. I think a lot about these grounding tools is setting intentions. And so can we pause here for a moment? Set some intention in your head that says, thank you for allowing me to connect with the earth, or thank you for allowing me to feel grounded or rooted in my place. When you're ready, tip your way into that right knee so we can get the left foot out in front. Release the arms, yoga mudra. Lengthen the spine and then hinge forward, tuck the back toes and lift that leg. You're still breathing, right? Nice. So my hands are gonna let go. I'm dropping them down. Remember, we're heading to standing split. And so if you can get the foot in between the hands, great. If you can't, we'll eventually we'll get there, don't worry about it. Kick off with that back leg. When you're ready, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Bring it back down, and then we're coming all the way up. Because I just don't know what a grounding theme would be without tree pose, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and get the weight into the left foot. You might want to pick up the toes, spread them out wide to grip the earth. Play around with that weight when you're ready. Option A looks like this. Option B is below the knee, and option C is higher up. Do whatever you'd like to with your branches. Root down through that left foot. Stay with the breath. Does not matter how many times you have to put that right foot down. Nice. Take the arms all the way up. As you exhale them to your heart, let go of that right foot. Bring it down to the earth. Close your eyes. All right, we've got another side to go. Shift your weight into the right foot. Really grip your mat. When you're ready, you decide where tree is going to be for you today. You're focusing on the breath. You're focusing on the sole of the right foot. Hips are forward. You're pulling that left knee back. Apparently, I need to stop talking while I'm balancing. We're going to inhale the arms. And as you exhale them to the heart, release that left foot back down. Close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Release the arms. Draw the shoulders up. Take them back and down. We're back in mountain pose, Tadasana. Your focus is on the sole of the feet. Inhale the arms. Exhale to your heart. Let's go ahead and widen the feet out a bit. Heels in, toes a little bit wider, coming right down into Malasana. So here we go. Elbows inside the knees. Lengthen the spine, close your eyes. And then from here, I'm just going to release that tension that my elbows have on the inside of my legs, bring my hands around behind me so I can pop on down into Upavista Konasana, which is a wide V with the legs. Perfect. All right, let's bring the hands forward, lengthen, and walk your way down into a fold. And again, if you have a prop for the third eye, just gives us another source of contact that's connected to the ground. So I have another quote for you. J.R. Rim wrote, "Flying starts from the ground. The more grounded you are, the higher you fly." So what he's talking about is a foundation, right? You have to be physically grounded in your poses to elevate, to find your balance. In headstand, which we were kind of talking about a little bit ago, if the head is not grounded with the earth, how is it even possible that we're going to kick the legs up, find our balance, and stay there, right? And so think about off the mat, things you're involved with, your intentions, your goals. If your ideas are not grounded, then doesn't it kind of feel like you get involved with a little piece here and a little piece there and a little piece there, and you're just kind of all over the place, right? And so grounding is a very everyday technique that you can use and pull out of your yoga toolbox. All right, go ahead and make your way out. Let's draw the legs in. Any seated pose that you want to be in is fine. Let's push forward a little bit more. So let me teach you a mudra. It's called Chimaya Mudra. You're going to take the tip of the index finger and the tip of the thumb together, so they make a circle. And then the other three fingers tuck in. Yeah, I'm trying to show you all different angles. I know I'm kind of far away. Maybe I'll edit in a picture. So index fingers to the thumb, other three fingers curve inward. We have that circle we've made with the index finger and the thumb. And then we can just rest the backs of the hands on our knees here. And so this mudra is used for grounding. And I think one way that makes it easy to visualize that is because you've made this circle with the index finger and the thumb, it's kind of like the energy that we are drawing up from the earth cannot escape. And so we stay very rooted to our spot. Okay, I want you to just hang on with this mudra, close your eyes, and deepen the breath. And of course, if this resonates with you and you want to work this into your at-home practice, you can create a mantra in your mind. You could be saying something like, thank you for connecting me with the earth. Thank you for allowing me to feel rooted. So again, this is throat chakra, Chinmaya Mudra, Chinmaya, if you want to Google it, used for grounding. All right, relax the hands. Inhale the arms up and bring the hands back home to the heart. Pause right there. So as I release my hands, I want to get the left foot in front, sole to the ground. Take that right leg all the way through. It's kind of like thread the needle, except for sending that leg through. So lazy lizard, get right onto the right hip, right side of that bottom leg. It does feel kind of lazy, but I don't want you to slouch in it. I want you to elevate. Close your eyes here. I'm going to take that left arm. I'm just going to slip it off behind me so that I have room here to inhale it up. Now, as I take that arm over, my right hand's going to push the earth away, and I'm just going to lift that bottom leg off the ground. So exhale, let's come on down, bring the left arm behind you. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale it down. Give me two more, follow your breath, not mine. Perfect. And then go ahead, come back to center. Take that right hand and can we just massage out that wrist? So while we're here, let me give you another quote. Michael Gruber wrote, "It turns out that people who are grounded and secure don't change much under stress. And that's what being grounded means." Think about that for a moment. Right? When we feel worried, freaked out, stressed out, kind of crazy in our heads, we know we're not grounded, right? If we're grounded, we have attached to a calm energy where, I shouldn't even use the word attached, right? Because we talk so much about non-attachment. I've connected to that energy so that I am not reacting to the stress. I'm almost witnessing it and maybe even contemplating, right? So let's do the other side real quick. Right foot in front, stretch out that left leg. Lazy lizard, you're lengthening the spine here. Close your eyes and hang out. When you're ready, take the top arm, let it slip off behind you. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, push off the ground, arm comes overhead. 3 more. You got it. I'm doing one more because I wasn't counting, sorry. I was so focused on the sole of the foot on the earth. All right, perfect. Come back to center. Go ahead, massage out that left wrist. And then take a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Take your focus to your breath. So I'm going to teach you 2 more grounding techniques. The intention is that you choose the one that feels right to you, so you just have it when you need it. All right, for the first one, you are going to need to open your eyes. And perhaps you've heard me reference it before. Sometimes I do it with different numbers, or maybe you've heard it somewhere else. But I think most commonly, it's referred to as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the reason that this is grounding is because it forces you to be present, right? Remember, worry and stress and all that stuff, they're not in your present. It feels like they are, but they're not. Worry is off in the future because we're thinking about something that could happen, right? And so any technique that can bring you to the present is going to be grounding. So let's do this. Let's take the fingertips to the ground beside us. So we are increasing our interaction with the earth energy. And then the 5, well, it's referring to your 5 senses, but I want you to start with the easiest one, which is sight. So I want you to look around and in your head, name 5 things that you see. And you see, just by doing that, you had to put your thoughts aside because now you're looking around and you're naming objects, right? Okay. Now, if you want to, you can close your eyes here. And I want you to name to yourself 4 things that you feel. Perfect. And now 3 things that you hear. And 2 things that you can smell in the space that you are in. I always like to say, if it's just vacant of any smell, what would you like to smell? Something great like chocolate chip cookies or a candle burning, right? But don't just think about the things that you're bringing into your mind. You have to actually try to smell them because we want to stay present. And then lastly, 1 thing that you taste. And then just for our purposes, let's drop our focus to the tips of the fingers. And then just let go. Let that one go. Let me teach you another. So let's go back to this idea of 1 hand touching the crown chakra. And I want you to visualize inviting in an intense protective white light. And that white light is up here above the crown chakra. So you are inviting it in. And what you might actually want to do, I'm going to leave this up to you. You can either keep your fingers on the top of your head, or you can do more like a Reiki scan where you're visualizing this light and then we're inviting it down and the hand is following it as you bring it down through the chakras. So bring that white light down. I think that's easier. And then when we get to the root chakra, we're inviting the earth energy back up. So though you scoop up that earth energy, feel yourself rooting down, even though the hand is moving back up. And remember, much in life is intention based. So if it helps, you can set the intention that I am now grounding myself. I am rooting to the earth. I am inviting in the earth energy. And so I also think it's up to you, because a lot of this is kind of ritual based for each one of us. Can you do that just once and feel grounded? Maybe not. Do you want to keep doing it for a few minutes until you feel grounded? So again, totally up to you. All right. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to your heart. And then I want you to go ahead and come on down onto your back. We're going to hug the knees in. Stretch out that left leg. And then let's go ahead and take the arms in the scarecrow. Right leg is coming across in a supine twist. Remember, always when we're in our supine twist, opposite shoulder needs to stay on the earth. I can't see my blocks around me. They're somewhere else. If you need to prop up the top leg, you should absolutely do so. So as you roll onto your back, let's go ahead and straighten the right leg up. You can bring your arms back down. You can grab onto that leg if you want to. Both feet are flexed. Push out through both soles. And then bend that right leg. Add the left one to hug it into the heart, Apanasana. And we'll do the other side. So go ahead and straighten out the right leg. Take the arms in a scarecrow and your supine twist across the body. And when you're ready to release the twist, take that left leg up to the ceiling, flex both feet, lengthen through each sole. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the left knee in, add the right leg, and then let's just set the feet down. So I do want to do one more grounding guided meditation with you, but I first want you to set up for Shavasana. So if there's anything you want to grab, pull it on over. Maybe a blanket, stay warm. All right. So as you come on down, I want you to keep your knees bent. I want the feet flat on the ground. So I'm going to open my feet to the width of the mat. Knees are falling together. If you went ahead and put a bolster underneath your knees, that's okay. Then just have the legs over the bolster, but so that the feet are flat on the ground right now. All right, close your eyes. Give me a deep inhale. Loud exhale. Each breath you take, I want you to invite in relaxation and really feel the back side of the body making contact with the ground, allowing yourself to get heavier and heavier as though the floor is rising up towards you and you are settling in towards it. And then take your focus to the crown chakra, top of the head. Kind of like we're doing a body scan. I want you to work your way down through the forehead, down through the face, jaw, the neck and the shoulders. Come on down through the chest, the arms, the heart space. Come down through the abdomen, the low back, and the hips. Make your way down the legs, through the thighs, the knees, down through the shins, the ankles, and the feet. And as you take your focus to the soles of the feet, I want you to visualize that you are extending your own roots down into the earth. Picturing roots from the soles of the feet, working their way down into the dirt. And you know how roots, they get very sinewy and they spread off in different directions. I want you to allow that to happen, because the more we can allow those roots to go off in different pathways, the more grounded we're going to feel to the earth, right? The more connected, the more secure. And just watching that in your mind, allowing my words to be your intention. It is my intention to feel rooted. It is my intention to feel grounded and connected to the earth. And it's my intention to receive Earth's energy and vibration back. You can stay with that visualization as long as you want to, or you can set it aside now and drift into Shavasana. You'll know when it's time to come back when you hear my voice. As you begin to follow my voice back into your present space, will you take your focus, of course, to the parts of the body that are touching the ground. Begin to deepen the breath at the same time. And you might even want to turn your palms over and kind of just, open and close the fingers, feeling the earth. Maybe it's your mat you're feeling, maybe it's the floor or the carpet, maybe it's a cat or dog. And then give me a deep inhale through the nose. Loud exhale. Invite some movement into the body however you see fit. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll into a fetal position. As you take a gentle breath, you can begin to push your way back up into a comfortable seat. And you might want to take the hands back into Chinmaya Mudra, tips of the index fingers to the tips of the thumbs. The other fingers curl inward. And then give me another deep breath in. Super loud exhale. Inhale the arms up. And exhale the hands back home to your heart in Anjali Mudra. The light in me bows to the light in you. And when I'm in that place in me, and you're in that place in you, then we become one. Namaste.